my God, Baz, what are you doing down there?
Back in my box again.
Get back in your box.
Back in your box.
What are you doing? Tell us all. What are you doing? Tell us all.
When we turn the helm at a certain position, there's like a clunk. I've looked at the steering mechanism, the stainless wire, and the chain that connects to the center of the helm, and basically it needs lubricating. It's gone rusty. So what's happening is, as the rusty bits of chain go over the top, they're kind of like going clunk,
Right.
because they're rusty. So I'm going to lubricate it with grease.
Okay. Can you get a picture of it clunking?
I can't get a picture of it clunking, but I can show you that. Well,
Because I can move it and you can.
yeah, well, I don't think I can get a picture of it for you,
Okay.
because it's, well, you give me the camera, I'll see what I can do.
I'm sure they'd love to see it.
Okay, so you see that chain there is alright, and this chain here is rusty. Well, therefore, when it goes over the cog at the top, it's just clunking. This is just one of those maintenance jobs that never gets done because it's bloody difficult to get to.
Yeah.
But it definitely needs doing. You can actually see the links of the chain where instead of going nicely, they're like knuckled.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, good bit of lube, good bit of movement. And they should be good. They'll free themselves up, I reckon. We just had our magic mechanic helper Aiden on board for one last job. And if you are an owner of a Jeanneau Sun Odyssey 45.1 circa 1995, then you may have run into the problem that we've been running into with our washboard. As you know, the washboard closes from the inside with a black plastic turning knob. And because of the design of the washboard, when it falls out of place and drops down, the black plastic knob just shatters. We did have one made out of a different type of plastic by Aiden, and it lasted for a day. Then it fell out, smashed and chipped and broke. Now we've got the ultimate solution. He made one out of brass, and as he said, metal, 100% guaranteed, no breakages. And as it stands right now, we are just 48 hours away from casting off the lines and departing Cache Harbour for our week-long shakedown cruise to Keckover and the surrounding area. So Angie's down below. We'll go and find out what she's up to, eh? What are you up to?
Hello. Well, I'm giving the kitchen and everything that's connected with
You said the K
grocery
word.
things. I know. Everything that's connected with grocery things. I'm just taking everything out, cleaning it, because it's been a year really since it was looked at. And I'm just looking at all of these herbs and spices, and I've got half jars of, you know, different things. So I'll be going through and refining all of that. And then I'm going to pull everything out that we've got stored in terms of tin food and, you know, pastas and things like that we've got stored behind and underneath the seats. I'm going to get them all out. I'm going to make an inventory of what we've got, and then we're going to do a shopping list, and tomorrow we'll go shopping and we'll get everything that we need so that we don't have to worry about stocking up, you know, while we're away on the 7 days.
Well, due to my reasonable sized cock up by putting the engine oil into the wrong part of the brand new dive compressor, we lost a lot of hours, and then we lost the light, so we failed on our 48-hour mission. We've had a day of rain. It's now clearing up quite a bit, which is good. The water's still clear even though we had rain. So today I'm going in, I'm going to do a grid search on both sides of the boat to try and find our wind cups from our wind speed indicator, which is not on the mast where it should be. And then I'm going to clean the hull. So fingers crossed on finding the wind cups. I know it's probably about 19 degrees in the water, but when I'm cleaning a hull, I always wear a hood because I don't want any little critters that are scraped off the hull going inside my ears.
So while a non-Turkish person wants to dive and has to have an accredited diver with them, it's okay to actually just dive and check your hull?
Yeah, that's allowed, yeah. If I was recreationally diving somewhere off the coast, where there may or may not be antiquities lying on the seafloor, then I would have to have a certified Turkish dive guide with me. But for just cleaning the hull, or if you were stuck out somewhere and you had your prop valve, it's okay to dive on your boat. Well, that was interesting, cleaning the hull and the keel and the rudder and the prop shaft. Most of the hull is covered in a very thin layer of green algae, and it was quite easy to get it off with this soft bristle brush. But what I did find was that I would clean, say, a back section here like this, and then you'd be surrounded by a cloud of yuckiness and you couldn't see what needed to be cleaned. So then I'd have to go all the way to the front of the boat, clean a section there, get covered in cloudy stuff, come back to the back of the boat and clean a section there, and so on for both sides of the boat. And it's amazing how much hull surface there is on a 46-foot boat. I was in the water for, I would guess, probably an hour and a half on an 18-litre tank, and I came out with 30 bar and started with 190 bar. And that was with hard work and heavy breathing. No pun intended, don't take that the wrong way. Other sections of the hull, this plastic scraper was great, especially because it's got such a big blade area. It took off a lot of bits in a timely manner. Of course, on the prop shaft and the prop, I had to use this metal scraper. And believe it or not, this is brand new. It's only been in the water for an hour and a half. Look at the rust on it already. It's crazy, that. Our gory folding prop, which I could open it one way fully, but then when I tried to open it the other way fully, the growth inside the cogs was stopping it, was blocking it. So I had to sort of like open it fully, bang, and try and break what was growing in there by the cogs just grinding against it. Freed it all up, which is quite an interesting thing, because I think if we'd have tried to take off, I'm not sure whether the revs and the g-forces of the propeller spinning would have actually been able to break what was in there and allow the prop to go forward and reverse the way it's meant to work. The anode on the prop shaft, that's got to be replaced tomorrow. I've got to go in again tomorrow, just check that I've got all the hull properly done. Change the anode on the prop shaft. The anode on the keel is still in good nick. That'll probably last us the rest of the summer. Also, I've got to look back on the video of when she was out of the water getting the anodes placed on the prop itself to see if what I'm looking at is still the anode or whether that anode needs replacing as well. So all in all, quite pleased with the anti-foul we've got. I don't know what type it is. I'll try and find out because it's lasted really well. And I think the biggest growth really is on the bottom of the keel, where the keel got rubbed down to the bare iron when we hit the rocks in Javier when the mooring ball failed. I'll put a link to that up there. So that's it. The gear's now washed, drying. I've had lunch and a beer, which is always good. And then tomorrow we'll go in and do some final bits and pieces. So I'm quite pleased with what we've done today. Next time on Sailing ABC, after 5 months of overwintering in Cache Harbour, we finally cast off the lines and head out on our shakedown cruise to Keckover. And things are going pretty good, until all of a sudden the autopilot dies and we lose GPS. If you enjoyed this video, give us a thumbs up, it really helps out. And if you're new here, don't forget to push the subscribe button and click on the bell icon too, so you receive notifications of future video releases from Sailing ABC.